So now that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is ruling the box office, and I have finally seen it, I'm probably the last person on YouTube to get a review out for it. Sorry about that. But let's rank the Jurassic Park movies from worst to best. So, of course, I will be talking a few spoilers for these movies, so if you haven't seen them yet, definitely go watch them and give me your ranking for them in the comments below. I'm really curious to see where you guys put the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. So let's get started. So at number 5 is probably everyone's least favorite Jurassic Park movie. It's Jurassic Park III. I mean, what can we say other than the talking raptor, the T-Rex being killed off? The Spinosaurus was just kind of a lackluster dinosaur. It was cool to begin with, but then it just kind of, at the end, just kind of walks off. It just kind of got burned a little bit, so that's the last time we saw of it. The raptors having feathers on them, which, of course, they, based off of paleontological, however you want to say that, evidence, they were like, raptors had feathers, but they were never established to have feathers on them in the first 2 movies, so they should have just kept that consistent, but they didn't. And of course, this was the shortest Jurassic Park movie. Thankfully, it was that short, because I don't think I could sit through 2+ hours of this movie. It was just okay. It was still a Jurassic Park movie. I love that they spend time on Isla Sorna, but of course they changed the entire idea of Isla Sorna being this open environment, cageless dinosaurs, to being like, hey, we added cages and enclosures for these dinosaurs on this island randomly. Didn't make sense. At number 4 is the newest addition to the Jurassic Park franchise, and that is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Like I said in my review, this movie really evoked the emotion of just frustration and disappointment. I wanted so much more. I saw all the dinosaurs in the trailer, which I loved seeing all those dinosaurs, all the carnivorous dinosaurs especially, like the baryonyx, the carnotaurs, the allosaurs, the T-Rex, the raptors, and the Indoraptor. That was cool to see all those dinosaurs. We've never seen an Allosaurus in a Jurassic Park movie. We've never seen a Carnotaurus in a Jurassic Park movie. Personally, I would have liked to see the Ceratosaurus make a return, but maybe we'll get that in Jurassic World 3, Jurassic Park 6. But this movie didn't spend enough time on the island. There were a lot of twists and turns. I personally didn't care much for the twist of the little girl. It had no bearing on the story whatsoever. The Indoraptor was cool, but it was just too convenient the way that they handled it. It just falls on a Triceratops skeleton and dies. Didn't work much for me. And it just wasn't enough of a Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movie. It was more of a espionage and corporate corruption type of movie that I just didn't care much for. At number 3 is the second Jurassic Park movie, that is The Lost World. I loved this movie growing up. I thought it was fantastic. I loved that there were 2 T-Rexes, technically 3 if you count the baby, but I don't count the baby. The baby doesn't really do anything until the end. I loved having the mommy and daddy Rex, and they were just awesome. They were tearing apart that trailer, and they tore apart that guy, and it was just cool. And then, of course, the raptors were awesome. They were very underutilized in The Lost World. I thought the compies were a little overused. I think if they kind of brought in the raptors a little bit more than the compies, it would have been fantastic. And then, of course, when the T-Rex gets brought back to San Francisco or San Diego, I don't remember, somewhere in California, it was just awesome to see the T-Rex just like almost like a very small Godzilla, and it was just really cool to see that. I absolutely loved it. This movie gave me nightmares as a kid because they brought a T-Rex to the mainland, and it was terrifying. At number 2 is Jurassic World. Now, this movie had nostalgia cranked up quite a bit, not as much as the new one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but it did have quite a bit of nostalgia built into it. I really did love the return to this. This was 14 years, I believe, after Jurassic Park 3, so, you know, they almost went extinct, these movies, but Jurassic World brought it back, and it introduced us to new characters like Owen, played by Chris Pratt, and Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, yeah, we got two really annoying kids in it, but the dinosaurs, seeing the dinosaurs return and the triumphant return of the T-Rex battling the indominus-rex, that was cool. And it was really our first look at a hybrid dinosaur, which I thought they might have brought in a little too soon. Maybe they should have saved it for the second Jurassic World movie and make it just about the dinosaurs in the first one. But it was still cool to see that, and the thought of it, the writing of this movie, bringing in a new human-made dinosaur, a human hybrid dinosaur, whatever. I appreciated the idea of bringing in a new dinosaur that was more man-made than the clones of the original dinosaurs. I did appreciate this movie. It was cool, maybe a little too cool at parts, but I really did appreciate this movie. And of course at number one, everyone's favorite Jurassic Park movie, Jurassic Park. This movie is just so magical, so incredible, so well written and acted. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And, you know, this movie it's almost flawless. There's really not much I can say bad about this movie. The characters, the cast in this movie, all great. The dinosaurs. This is the first time we saw a fully CGI dinosaur and even an animatronic dinosaur on the screen. It was incredible. The most realistic dinosaurs that we've ever had and probably have had since. Because to be honest, the new movies don't quite live up in terms of CGI. Because the CGI was used sparingly, it just looked so phenomenal. And because it was the first time that we'd ever seen it, it was magical. And you gotta hand it to them. They pulled off a really great story in it as well. You know, it's like, just because you can make these dinosaurs, should you? And I love that idea. Introduced by, of course, Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by the one and only Jeff Goldblum, which I still love this movie. Every time I see it, I just love it so much. And I know it might seem like a cliche to put it at number one, but it really is one of my all-time favorite movies, and of course my favorite Jurassic Park movie. So where do you guys rank the Jurassic Park, Jurassic World movies? I'm really curious to see where you put the newest one, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, because that one is a really divisive movie. Kind of like Star Wars The Last Jedi. We've been getting a lot of these divisive movies. Even Solo, a Star Wars story, was pretty divisive. So let me know in the comments below where you rank the Jurassic Park movies, Jurassic World movies. I'm curious. I love to see what you guys have to say. So what did you think of my list? Do you agree with it? Do you disagree? Again, let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big ol' thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, make sure you hit that bell icon next to the subscribe button so you can be notified of when we upload new content. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.